Hello, friends. We meet again. Let's do the ninth chapter of this book, which is The Band. Mr. Avies was reading a long poem to the class. In Nitin's head, instead of the words, he heard the beat rat-tat, 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 rat-tat. After a while, without thinking, he tapped along. There were a few parts where the rhythm stopped suddenly or changed slightly. Nitin thought maybe those are the parts of the poem where the poet was trying to make a point or get the reader to notice something. What this paragraph means is while the teacher was reading, teacher is Mr. Avies, was reading to the class, Nitin wasn't really listening to the words. He kept hearing a drum beat in his head. Ratatat. He even started tapping along without knowing it. When the rhythm of the poem changed, Nitin thought maybe the poet did that to make the poem more interesting. At the end of the lesson, Mr. Avies spoke to Nitin. Nitin, I think you should take up the drums next term. You can follow a beat well. But please try not to drum in class because other children might get distracted. Mr. Avies spoke kindly so Nitin did not feel like he had been told off. He knew he liked to drum along to music in the car or on the radio, but he had not realized that he had been doing it in the class too. What does these lines mean? That evening, Nitin asked his parents if he could take up a musical instrument next term. Nitin asked his parent whether he can take the music class in the next term. That evening, he asked his parents about it. That sounds good, Nitin. Maybe you can join the orchestra. I played violin in the school orchestra and I loved it. The trips and concerts were fun, said his dad. He might not want to play classical music, said his mom. He might join a jazz band. His parents talked about bands and music that they liked and then played some of their old music for Nathan to listen to. This often happened in their house, so Nathan was used to it. He liked all kinds of music, but he could not imagine wanting to perform. The idea of being on stage in front of the people made his stomach churn. What does these lines mean is that night Nathan told his parents he wanted to learn an instrument. His dad said he was it was a great idea and shared how he played violin in the school orchestra and loved it. His mom said maybe Nathan would like to play jazz music instead of band. They played some of their favorite old songs for him to listen to. Nathan liked the music, but he was shy and couldn't imagine performing in front of lots of people. The next day, Nathan signed up for lessons. Mr. Evie said, remember to check the notice board for information about concerts and auditions for bands. Thanks, said Nathan. No concerts or auditions for me, he thought. What does these lines mean is the next day Nathan joined drum lessons. Mr. Avis reminded him to look at the school notice board for concerts and auditions. Nathan thanked but thought, I am not ready for the concerts yet. Nathan's first drumming lesson was on the first Friday of the next term. As he waited by the music rooms, another student came along. What are you learning? She asked. Drums, you said Nathan. What does these lines mean is when the new term started, Nathan went for his first drumming lesson. As he waited outside the music room, another student came along and asked what he was learning. Nathan said drums. And what about you? What are you learning?
I used to play the violin, but I just switched to guitar. My parents love classical music. They were in orchestras, but I want to be in a band. The girl talked in an animated way. Nitin listened, wondering what he would say if he had to speak again. Luckily, he was soon called into his lesson. The lesson went really well. The teacher gave Nitin a few beats to try, and he was able to play them all easily. What does these sentences means is the girl told Nitin that she used to play the violin before but now plays the guitar. Her parents love classical music and played in orchestras also, but she wanted to be in a band instead. She was excited while talking about it. Nitin listened quietly and wasn't sure what to say. Soon the teacher called him for his drum lesson. The lesson went really well. The teacher gave him some beats to try, and Nitin could play them easily. The next week, Nitin arrived after the girl. She was reading a piece of music. Hi, said Nitin. Hi, Nitin, said the girl. I am Nimi. We are in the same year, but we have never been in the same class. My friend Arko is in your class. Nitin liked Arko. They worked together for a project last year. He's a good classmate, said Nitin. What does these paragraphs means is the next week Nitin saw the same girl again. She was reading a music sheet and Nitin said hello and learned that her name was Nimi. She told Nitin that her friend Arko was in his class. Nitin knew Arko. They had worked together on a school project before and got along well. I hear that you are a natural drummer. Do you know that Arko also likes music? He plays the bass guitar. Arko will give you a list. If you like the songs, let's learn one and play it at the end of the term concert. Think about it, Nimi said. Then her teacher called her and she rushed off. Nimi is so confident. How did she know my name? Thought Nitin. Arko likes music too. We just talked about we just talked about schoolwork. What these paragraphs means is even though Nitin and Arko were in the same class, they didn't talk much during breaks. Nitin and Arko did not spend breaks together, even though they sat together in the class. Nitin had always spent break times playing sport. The next morning, during a science experiment, Arko said, Nimi said that you like music. I have known Nimi forever. Do you want to come to the rehearsal room during the break time? Concentrate, Arko. Save the chat for later, said Mr. Avies. Sorry, Mr. Avies, said Arko. Nitin nodded to Arko. Going to the rehearsal rooms would be different. What does these lines means is even though Nitin and Arko were in the same class, they didn't talk much during the breaks because Nitin usually spent his break time playing sports. And the next day during the science class, Arko told Nitin that Nimi said he liked music and invited him to the rehearsal room during the break time. But the teacher, Mr. Avies, told them to focus on their work rather than talking. When Nitin and Arko got to the practice rooms, Nimi was already there. Great, the band's all here, she said. Nitin looked confused. Listen to this song and tell me if you like it, said Arko. He put on a song. Nitin recognized it immediately. Nimi picked up a guitar. Though it was not plugged in, she strummed it softly, following all with the song. After a while, Arko asked, Like it? We have it at home, said Nitin. It's a rock and roll classic. What does these lines means is later during the break time, Nitin and Arko went into the music practice rooms. Nimi was already there and happily said, Great, the band is all here. Arko played a song, then asked Nitin if he liked it. Nitin knew the song immediately. Nimi started softly playing the tune on her guitar, even though it wasn't plugged in. After the song ended, Arko asked if Nitin liked it, and Nitin smiled and said, "Yes, we have this song at home. It's a rock and roll classic."
Can you learn to play the drum part? Said Arko. I will try, said Nitin. He walked over to the drum kit. Play it again from the start. Arko pressed play again. Nitin listened for the drums. After a few tries, Nitin could play parts of the song. I will ask my drum teacher to teach me this song, he said. What does these lines mean is Arko asked Nitin if he could play the drum part of the song. Nitin said he would try and went to the drum kit. He listened to the song carefully and started playing along. After a few tries, he could play parts of it correctly. He said, I will ask my drum teacher to teach me this song. Ask now, said Arko. The music teachers are in their office. Also, please renew the booking for our band so we have the practice room for the rest of the term. Nitin smiled to himself as he hurried to the music office. He knocked nervously and his music teacher opened the door. Nitin, you joined the band? Great, said the teacher. Nitin wondered how his music teacher knew about Arko and Nimi's plans. We like it when a new group gets together. Shall I book the room for you? Nitin nodded, pleased that he did not have to explain himself. The music teacher wrote on the booking sheet R. Nini. What does this paragraph means is Arko told Nitin to go ask right away and also reminded him to renew the room booking so their band could keep using the practice room. Nitin smiled and quickly went to the music office and he knocked nervously as and his music teacher opened the door. The teacher was happy to see him and said, Great Nitin, you joined the band. The teacher already knew about Arko and Nimi's band and helped book the room for them. The teacher wrote the band's name on the booking sheet as R Nini from Arko, AR, Nitin NI and Nimi NI. The three practiced every break time and in music lessons. After 2 weeks, they knew the song well. That's great, said Nimi. If we learn 2 more songs, we can perform at the end of the concert. What does these lines means is Nitin, Nimi and Arko started practicing together every break and during the music lessons. After 2 weeks, they knew the song very well. Nimi was happy and said that's great. If we learn 2 more songs, we can perform at the end of the concert. Nitin felt suddenly unwell. He liked talking about music with his friends and being in the band with them, but he did not want to play in a concert. Nimi noticed Nitin's expression. She said, Don't worry, Nitin. Come on, let's play the song once more before the break ends. She started playing and Arko joined in. Nitin hurried to his seat and joined in. What does these lines mean is Nitin felt nervous when he heard about performing in the concert. He liked playing music with his friends but didn't want to perform on a stage in front of others. Nimi noticed that he looked worried and said kindly, Don't worry, Nitin. And let's play the song once more, she said before the break ends. She started playing and Arko joined in and Nitin joined soon. When the song ended, Arko said, If you get nervous, just play. Drum out those nerves. Some nerves are good, they help you focus. Just don't focus on the nerves, focus on doing. In your case, that's drumming. What does these lines means is when after finishing the song, Arko told Nitin not to worry about being nervous, and he said it's okay to have nerves, they can help you focus. He advised Nitin, don't think about being nervous, just focus on what you are doing, and for you, that's drumming. Over the next few weeks, the band enjoyed playing together. We need a name, said Arko. One break time. It means that over the next few weeks, they kept practicing and had lots of fun playing together. One day during the break time, Arko said, We need a name for our band. How about our Nini? Said Nitin. Yes, said the other two. Nitin suggested a name for the band, our Nini, and made from their names Arko, Nitin, and Nimi. The other two liked it and said, yes. On the night of the concert, Nitin's parents dropped him off and went to take their seats in the concert hall. While the band waited for their turn, Nimi suddenly whispered, I can't do it. So, what happened here is the big concert day finally came, and Nitin's parents dropped him at the concert hall and went to sit in the audience to watch. The band waited for their turn to perform on the stage. Just before going on the stage, Nimi got nervous and whispered, I can't do it. Nitin spoke softly, Nimi, you can do this. I would never have done any of the things I have done recently if I had not met you. Tell those nerves to go away. Remember, this is a chance to show off. It was the most Nitin had ever said in one go. Nimi looked surprised. Then she laughed. What this paragraph means is Nitin encouraged Nimi gently. He told her, you can do this. I wouldn't have done all these things if I had not met you. Don't think about being scared. This is our chance to show what we can do. It was the most Nitin had ever spoken at once. He surprised even himself. Nimi looked surprised, then she laughed. Thanks. That's just what I needed, she said. Let's rock. Nimi was touched by Nitin's words and she smiled and said, thanks, that's just what I needed. Then she said confidently, let's rock. Okay, so friends, what do we learn in this lesson? That teamwork help people believe in themselves and enjoy doing their work. Okay, so we end this chapter over here. Do like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Bye.